Hello students, this is Ashwati Krishnan. I am back again with another module. So today we are going to start module 2. So before we begin, make sure you have watched module 1 where I discussed the basic ideas related to this chapter. So that will help you understand today's topic better. So in this module, we will discuss the types of images. So before we go deeper, let us first understand what is an image. Any guess? What do you think an image is? Any idea? Very good. An image is nothing but it is the picture of an object formed by light after reflection or refraction. Okay, so when we talk about image usually we use it as a scientific word. Image is a scientific word. It is nothing but it is a picture. So for the best example is when you look at the mirror, you see yourself. That picture is what we call as an image. Okay, so how these images are formed? When light rays from an object are reflected or refracted. Okay, so in this chapter we will be dealing with reflection and refraction, but first our main focus is reflection. Okay, yes, so here you can see a plain mirror and a boy is standing in front of the mirror and he see himself in the mirror. So this is the picture that he see. So this picture is what we call as image. So images can be formed by different types of mirror. So this mirror, the plain mirror, is quite familiar to you. And you already know the properties of the image formed by a plain mirror, which you have already learned in your lower grades. Correct? So here you can see that in a plain mirror, the size of the image is equal to size of the object that you have already learned. You will see same size. And also distance, the object distance from the mirror. Okay, object distance from the mirror will be equal to the image distance. And also you know that the image is always upright. It is like this. Okay, your head will be here, your legs will be this side. It is always upright. Or we use another term for this upright, that is what we call as virtual. This is a scientific term. Then another property is lateral inversion. So you are very familiar with lateral inversion. So what do you mean by lateral inversion? Yes, your right hand will look like a left hand and your left hand will look like right hand in the mirror. Left will be right, right will be left. And these are another types of mirror, okay, that we will learn in this chapter. These two mirrors are called spherical mirrors. Do you find any change in the image formed by these two mirrors? Very good. So in this mirror, in the first mirror, you can see the same upright images, right? Here you can see same upright images. And what about this? This is upside down. So upside down, the another term that we use for upside down is inverted. What is the another term that we use for upright? Virtual. So can you guess what are the two types of images that we are going to discuss today? One is virtual, yes, that is upright. Another one is inverted. The inverted is called real. The inverted images are always real. So the two types of images that we will be discussing today is real image and virtual image. So among this diagram, can you tell me which one is real image and which one is virtual image? What is the peculiarity of real image? Very good. Real images are always inverted. Virtual images are always upright. Or the scientific term is erect. Upright or erect. So can you tell me which one is virtual here? Yes, the image formed by the plane mirror. This is virtual. And the image formed by the spherical mirror, that is real. Now we are going to see what is real image and what is virtual image. So real image is formed. How it is formed? It is formed when light rays actually meet. So we know that the light, when it gets reflected from the objects, we see them. So when light rays converge, it forms real images. Yes, virtual images are formed when light rays appear to meet. So there will be a confusion. What is this appear to meet and rays meet? So don't worry about the terms appear to meet or actually meet. You will get a clear idea of these two terms. Okay, appear, actually meet when we discuss about the ray diagrams. Okay, let's see some basic differences between these two. So what about the rays in real and virtual? So real images are formed when light rays actually meet. That means converge. We have already learned in our module 1, converge. Converge means all light rays are coming together, close together. And virtual images are formed when they appear to meet, or we usually say rays diverge. They appear to diverge. Then what about the real images? It can be obtained on a screen. So in the previous slide we have seen the real images. So here this is the real image. This real image that you can see in the mirror can be obtained on a screen. You can just project them on a screen. That is the speciality of real image. What about the virtual image? The image that we see in a plane mirror, that image cannot be projected. It cannot be projected or it cannot be obtained on a screen. That is the difference between these two. Okay, real can be formed, it cannot be formed on a screen. Now position. Position means where will you get this image? So when you try to project them on a screen, if it is a real image, okay, if it is a real image, it will be formed in front of the mirror. And if it is a virtual image, it is formed behind the mirror. So behind the mirror doesn't mean that back side of the mirror. It will be formed way behind the mirror, which is inside. Now orientation of the image. So I have discussed in the beginning itself, real images are always inverted, that means upside down, and virtual images are always erect, upright. Instead of upright, we use the term erect. Erect means straight, like this. And one more thing here you should remember is virtual images are always represented using dotted lines. Okay, that means it is an imaginary. Since light rays appear to meet, we represent them using imaginary lines. So virtual images are represented using upright arrow or upright image. It is always upright with dotted lines. And inverted images are always upside down with solid lines. This is the main difference that you should remember. Just copy this in your notebook. Revise both the modules for a better understanding. Thank you. We will see again in our next module with a different topic. Till then, bye.